evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. His first carry, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now
that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 19 yards that time for number 19.
And the Giants first down.
Down. It's Hines. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking downfield for Godwin. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone. This time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Hines. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
The defense has been on the field a long time now, and after a run like that, they've got to feel like they're almost on roller skates and getting pushed backwards on just about every snap.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Here's Hines. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll run for it with Hines. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
4 receivers now in the formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
You always think about picking up the first down, but in this case, they were thinking about something bigger. They were thinking about the home run shot and took it downfield. Unable to connect, but admire the effort.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run with Hines. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. but a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score. Jamie Gillen in punt.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
1st down, New York.
Stafford. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on it before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
On 1st down, it's Hines. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 50-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the 50, Stafford. Looking downfield for Godwin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. He will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2nd and 11.
Out of the gun. Goff. Flushed out right. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Goff. Able to find Harris, complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
8-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Goff. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
20, 10, and he will bring it back. Interception return for the Lions. Touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well, because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that'll make the score 14-0. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
2nd and 7.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Here's Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's going to be taken down. The 35-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Now, we had the fumble last week. Now, here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Operating from the gun. Stafford looking downfield for Godwin. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
In the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Taken in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line.
Let's go. Boy, Dalvin Cook just so explosive in the open field. He's not a small guy either, but once he gets those legs churning, look out.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Dalvin Cook with his 16th touchdown of the year. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Lions 21, Giants 3. Josh Lambo set to kick.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And finding Keelan Cole. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 29.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
This is a tough situation offensively because down 3 scores, the field goal kicker's not even going to come into play here. As an offensive play caller, though, you know you have to take chances. This is a time to get creative.
2nd down and goal. Stafford, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but then just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Cook following the penalty. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Touchdown, and the Lions add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
Josh Lambo set to kick.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And he finds the tight end, and they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. On 1st down, it's Hines. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, Stafford. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with goes down. Terrell Basham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Third and long.
The Giants on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Terrell Basham. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And he's going to go down again. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll run on 1st down. Cook. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They run it again with Cook. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Gone. Finding Harris over the middle. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier.
Danico Autry is in on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
3rd and 1.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now this one complete on the slant route. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. Pass incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. But now it's third down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Hines. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Nyheim Hines, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Detroit, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.